After a year of staying relatively quiet, XP Pen is back, and they've sent me their latest update to their biggest pen display, the Artist22e. How does it compare to last year's model, as well as the current crop of pen displays? Let's find out. The XP Pen Artist22e is less of an upgrade and more of an update to last year's excellent Artist22, retaining the same general design sense, feature set, and build while adding a few key new features to warrant its existence. Firstly, one of my biggest complaints from last year, the bottom-mounted connectors that could get caught in the stand, have been moved to the right-hand side in this revision, allowing for much easier cable management. And the second is the reason the E is presumably in the name, the addition of right and left-handed express keys for less reliance on the keyboard. Everything else here is identical to the original Artist22, so if you want a bit more in-depth info on the design and performance, check out my original Artist22 video. But to summarize here again, performance with the 22e is just as great as before. Driver installation went over smoothly, and once installed I had no problems getting going in Manga Studio and Art Rage. The pressure curve out of the box was great, and pen accuracy left little to be desired. One of the downsides of the 22e being mostly a rehash of last year's model is that some of the advancements in pen display tech over the last 12 months are absent here. The pen that comes with the 22e recognizes the standard 2048 levels of pressure, no tilt, requires a battery, and has no eraser, what I'd consider to be the bare minimum of pen tech at this point. Likewise, the display, while being a 22-inch 1080p IPS panel, is a serviceable if unimpressive performer, with good but not great color accuracy and viewing angles. I also found there to be a bit of motion blur when scrolling through text, which I don't experience on my main monitor. Obviously, if you're going to be using the Artist22e for drawing, motion blur is basically a non-issue. But if you wanted to also use the 22e as a general-purpose secondary monitor, this might be more important. Parallax is also present here, with a solid half-inch of space between the panel itself and the cover glass. It's not bad enough to hamper your workflow, but it's noticeable if you're coming from an iPad or Surface device. The signature feature of the device worked great though. The express keys are laid out in two groups of 4 on each side, allowing them to be easier found by feel and have a tactile, if a bit underwhelming, click when depressed. Each key comes with a preset and can be customized in the driver to whatever you find most useful for keeping your hands off the keyboard and your mind immersed in your work. Overall, the XP Pen Artist22e is a solid, if reserved, update to the original model from last year, bringing nothing but additions compared to what came before, but at the same time feeling a bit old in the tooth in a time where other devices coming out now are trying to be a bit more bold. I can certainly recommend the Artist22e without hesitation, as I didn't run into any issues, but I would love to see the next device from XP Pen add some new features into the mix and do a bit more to push the envelope. If you thought this video sucked, you probably already said your piece, but if you liked it, hit that subscribe button and join the rebellion. Every week I make videos looking at affordable hardware and software for indie creatives, and vlogs covering the highs and lows of my personal creative journey. So, until next time, I'm Tom Oliver, this is RoboPixels, reminding you guys we might be indie, that doesn't mean that we're alone.